Hello.
Hello.
Oh, sorry. We didn't practice
Yeah,
that.
I didn't know if it was like a 3, 2, 1, let's go, or 3, 2.
And go.
And go.
Gotcha. Yeah. So we are back. It is another Friday live stream. We're going to have a good one.
Yeah.
We have a lot to talk about. I don't know how much. We didn't actually prepare this one very well.
We didn't. Dano, welcome.
Hello. Are you hanging out with Nick? I asked for proof of life earlier, and I got a video of Nick being proposed to.
Wow.
Yeah. But yeah, we've done a lot since we did our last live stream. Hello, Danny. So one of the main things that we did was we went back to Disney.
Yeah.
We went back to Star Cruiser.
Hello.
Welcome. And we talked about it on this week's episode, but the Magic Band Plus.
Yeah. You know what? And the thing is, I love that we were able to do these lives like now, because we're
together.
Well, yes, but it's things that I forgot to say during, because as I go through and edit it, and I'm like listening to it, and I'm like, dang, you know what? I should have said this. I should have said that. So there was a couple things that I wanted to like, oh, this is what they should have, like, for the future. Yeah. Type of thing. So
if I'm looking at you really weird, I have to sneeze.
Oh, okay.
I think I didn't get that sneeze out earlier when we both needed to sneeze at the same time.
That was
at lunch. It's all carryover sneeze. Hello, welcome in. Yeah, I don't know, it hit me all of a sudden. But yeah, that's the beauty of a podcast. If you're just doing an audio podcast, you could go back and add conversation. Yeah. But the way we have ours is it's a little tricky.
Yeah. And I think that's one of the interesting things that we've doing the podcast, like the way we do it, because we do it video and audio. Yep. There's, again, I've never done this. So there's like that learning curve of being able to edit the audio where we sound decent.
Yeah.
But also have to make sure it looks
good as well.
Good. So it's very interesting that the being able to edit it.
Well, we had a little audio mistake on this week's episode.
I was editing I edit the video first, and then I put the audio in afterwards. And I needed to cut basically a piece of video out. And it didn't come out of the audio. So when we posted it straight to the podcast platforms, it had a little bit of dead space. And you're like, so do we wrap it up?
Yeah. And then we didn't wrap it up. But yeah, we had
hello.
Hello, where are the gummies? They're not that kind of gummies. I should have specified.
They're just regular Disney gummies.
Regular Disney gummies. Are those the ones? They're like weird. Oh, they're gummy monkeys.
Yeah.
I guess you gave one to our daughter and she was walking around with it, but they're big.
Yeah, they're bigger.
And I was not expecting. I was like, what do you have? I was like chasing her around the house. Is it a monkey? Let me see. Oh.
Yeah, let's see, Sarah. So they're good.
Why are you putting it on me so that you can eat?
I could eat it.
Oh, okay. I'm just going to watch you eat it in silence.
Thank you.
While you wear your Food and Wine Festival Spirit jersey. The gourmet gummies from Disney. But yeah, so Magic Band. What are we drinking tonight, Mike asks. I am drinking water because
we had a date night, but during lunchtime, right?
Are you going to call it a date day? You always get so mad when I call it date days. And so I stopped calling it that.
Well, don't push it. Don't push your luck.
But that's what it was.
Yeah, it was. It was nice.
A great day.
We went and had Korean barbecue, if you've ever had it.
It's really good.
It's good. And
so Korean barbecue, if you don't know what it is, you cook your own meat or your own food. It's meat primarily.
There's like a small grill in the middle of your table, and they bring
different types of raw meat. You get to pick what you want.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't get any shrimp.
No.
Thank you for that. It wasn't blue, so not having it.
Yes.
All you can meats. Yeah. So then even worse than all you can meats. We did that. It was super fun. The food was really good.
Yeah.
Because we did it last year and we had a bunch of people with us. So we were all just kind of like, all of us were cooking and it was just was chaos.
It's very chaotic because there's
also chicken.
Well, it's everybody when there's like the last time it was 6 people.
Yeah.
6 different people are putting 6 different meats onto
it's a tiny grill.
Yeah,
it's like a medium pizza is what I would call it, right?
And trying to cook meat and making sure that it's...
And we had like chicken and then the shrimp is like head-on shrimp. So they had like, remember it
like
had like the little...
prawn.
Yeah. Oh, God.
But no, this one was nice because,
I left you to do... You said after that time, you were like, if we ever go back, I want to do all of the work. And so I let you.
Yeah.
But it was great. It was really good.
But yeah, we did that. And then we went and had like, there's a margarita bar near us.
We call it drive-through bevies is what we call them.
Well, because it's a drive-through. You could pick up your drink to go.
Yeah. So in Texas, because of the pandemic, the governor was like, you know what? When everybody was doing takeout and like carry out foods, the restaurants, in order to help stimulate the restaurant industry, I guess they allowed for to-go beverages, like to-go alcohol.
But they've had that before.
No, not before the pandemic. You could get alcohol delivered to you like from like a liquor store, and you could pick up like beer and wine with your groceries. Like you could get that delivered, but you could not take...
There was a drive-through, and it was like a drive-through beer.
The barn place. But that one, I think it was just like...
It was outside the law. It was...
Because it was in a barn. I don't know.
It was like grandfathered into being able to...
So maybe I'm making the story up completely.
No,
but it's a lot more prevalent now that you can get like drive-through margaritas and
it's like
daiquiris.
one of those things where it has to be sealed and all that stuff. But
so it comes in like a styrofoam cup and then they like tape it down. But we didn't drive through this time. We actually went in because we didn't have the children with us because we were both off today. Yeah, and we sampled a lot.
Yeah, we sampled, and then I got a mojito margarita, and it was good. It was real good.
How was the salt with it? Because you got the lime salt, right? Was it like twang?
Yeah, that's all it was. And because you put it on, unless you like really mix it up, I just like kind of left it on top, and so I didn't get it till the very end. Yeah, it was good.
I had, what was mine? Mine was called a Dirty Camel. It was a White Russian, caramel, and Kahlua. And I didn't think about it, but the Kahlua has alcohol also.
So you had like a double
shot.
So
I had like double. And then we got bigger sizes too. So I just like...
Took a little nap.
I had a great afternoon. See, margarita mix, but no tequila. Yeah, see, I don't think it's it's not a thing everywhere.
Oh, I mean, I don't think everywhere, but it's been in Texas. It was in Texas before the pandemic.
I think they were skirting around the law, given the part of town that was.
You didn't hear anything here.
See, nothing. But yeah, so that was fun. So we're long answer, but water is what we're drinking. Are you drinking water?
Yeah, I just got water.
Yeah, I needed water. I was like, ugh. I've been trying to be better and like not eat.
I think that's one of those hard things is like, once you start, it's better to keep going.
Drinking?
Yeah.
There's no way I could have kept drinking.
And then taking a break and then going again.
Yeah. No, I'm good for like till probably D23. I'm good. Because I've been trying to eat better. And so I don't think I've had anything to drink since we went to Disney and we were on Star Cruiser because we like lived it up.
Oh yeah.
I think that Drabor's Delight like really did me in on that the drink tasting that we did because it was all alcohol.
I mean, it was good.
It was literally the exact same thing that happened today.
The funny thing is I feel like going into Star Cruiser, I don't know if it's just like I allow myself to just like be inebriated the entire time, but it feels like as soon as I get there,
we immediately order drinks. I think,
and then you know, as soon as it's empty, I'm like, oh, my hand's it's missing something. Let me go get another drink.
I ordered 2 drinks as soon as we got there.
Yeah.
Because we went to lunch, remember? I think I got my Silver Sea Martini, and then I got that new Gem of Ryloth drink. And they were like, it's not alcoholic, but you could add alcohol.
Yeah.
And I was like, why not? Because we got another drink for the kids. We didn't even talk about that. I didn't talk about that with Dano. So Dano is in here. We did a live stream yesterday on his channel, Dano and I did, talking about some of the things that have been updated since Star Cruiser opened.
Yeah.
Gem of Ryloth is one of those new drinks. But the thing that I didn't do on our first trip that was just like, shame on me for not doing it, is there was I don't remember what the name of it was, but essentially there's a non-alcoholic drink that is, has blue milk ice cream or sorbet. What was it? It was sorbet probably.
Yeah, I don't remember.
So it's kind of like a Spritey drink, but it tastes it has that little hint of like tropical flavors like blue milk. And it was good, but we ordered that for the kids because we're like, oh, they love blue milk. And so we're like, we'll just drink a whole bunch. And lunch, we were also really upset because we'll talk about this more in our Star Cruiser episode, but we didn't show up in our costumes.
Yeah.
And so I think we're like, well, let's just drink. But that blue milk sorbet was...
Yeah, well, I think the kids liked it because it was a soda. And so they just like, it was like carbonated sugar. So,
and they love blue milk.
And they just like downed it.
They get it from their mother, Betty Bantha. But yeah, it was a good time though. But yeah, I had not had a drink since Star Cruiser. It was like a week and a half ago. And then to drink and have like a double on top of that. And then also I've been trying really good not to eat, like I'm eating carbs, but like less carbs. So when we went and ate all the meats, I ate like meat and salad and vegetables, and that was about it. So I set myself up for failure big time. Yeah. We're just getting started over here. We're
talking about our afternoon drinks.
Oh God, I was very worried for what you were about to say.
Afternoon drinks, and it set Sarah off, and she couldn't.
I barely recovered. I think I messaged you. You were up here, and I was downstairs, and I messaged you, and I was like, "Are we still live streaming tonight?" But yeah, it was a great day. It was a great day off.
Yeah,
the kids are like in school, so it was just you and me.
Yeah, it was fun.
Had a little roof leak. We had an adventure there.
Yeah, it was raining, and so we got to figure out something. Because I think we got a little bit of a roof leak.
Yeah,
roof leak.
But it was crazy. So we're sitting up here. I like to call it a fake room. It's like a set we built.
Yeah.
In this room, and it's a larger room.
There is a lot of mics. There's Mike,
oh my
Michael.
Gosh.
There's a lot of Dans. Like that is our chat, is Mike's and Dans.
Mike's and Dans. But we were sitting up here talking, and all of a sudden we hear like
the tapping.
And I was like, oh no, because it's been raining really hard for the last couple days. But I think we caught it like as the leak started.
Yeah, it wasn't spread like up in the attic, so hopefully we could get a.
But it was an adventure, just getting to the leak, trying to MacGyver a solution to like
just,
stop the leak.
Getting in the attic in general is always like some kind of adventure.
You want to show where our attic access is?
It's actually like
you show it
behind this little, because there's a wall, and this corner is not a corner. I made it at an angle.
Yeah.
So there's a door to the attic right there. So yeah, it was definitely an adventure to get in the attic and crawl around and stuff. So
yeah,
hopefully we get it fixed and no issues.
Hopefully so. But yeah, you had a good solution for it. Hopefully we don't forget that there's a leak until the next time it rains.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Nah, we'll I think
call somebody out.
Beginning of the week, yeah. But yeah, no, we were talking about Magic Band Plus last episode, And some of the things that we talked about were like, what's the future of it? And it didn't like dawn on me till after, like, this is where we could just really, get it out there. What kind of things would we like to see? And of course, we talked about the Force.
Yeah.
Like, that is a big thing. But then I didn't even think to, it didn't even come to mind until afterwards. And, you know why it didn't? Because it was like kind of that spoiler territory. But there's a moment in Star Cruiser that there's something moving from one side to the other. And it would be nice to, or like if somehow they could have it where it triggers. And so everybody feels like the Force.
Yeah.
Like feels the
vibrations
of it.
That would be really cool.
So if anybody that has gone can kind of decipher what I was saying, you would think it's a cool idea.
It's very cryptic.
Yeah. I think we've tried to stay pretty spoiler free here.
We have. I think when we do cover Star Cruiser this next time, probably
we're just gonna let it all out of the bag.
Oh boy. Well, yeah, probably so. Because we've already covered Star Cruiser. We've done a few episodes on it. Not the whole purpose. We had a lot of reasons for going back, but like the things that we did this time were very deliberate because we had done them
before
the first time. So we're like, okay, these are things we don't have to do, or these are things that we absolutely have to go do again. And so it's kind of hard to talk about those things without talking about those things. So the next Star Cruiser probably will be spoilers.
Thanks, Cap.
I'm so glad that you got the chat up here like better. Because when I was live streaming with Dano, we had a different setup, but I was having to like look down at my computer, and so it just felt very.
Oh, sorry.
And then also he was taller than me, and that was really frustrating.
I think he could have moved you up a little bit. But
he could have. He absolutely could have.
He's
but
like,
he did not. The other thing is, I think I could have like lifted the seat up.
Oh, maybe.
But whoops.
But yeah, so there was that, and the big one that I was like, why don't they have it? Is so they have proximity when you're in Magic Kingdom, you could feel the fireworks, or at Harmonious, you could feel the fireworks.
Yeah. When
you're in the park, I don't think it's that advantageous to have it while you're there, because you're watching the fireworks. You're feeling the actual.
You're experiencing it firsthand.
We stayed fairly close to Magic Kingdom this trip.
Yeah. We can talk about it now.
Yeah.
We don't like to share where we stay, like when we're staying there, but we stayed at the Contemporary.
Yeah.
Which is literally the closest hotel to Magic Kingdom.
And we were able to watch the fireworks from our hotel room.
Oh, it was amazing. It was so good.
When we talk about the resort, we're going to figure out how to talk about it. But if you are ever, and this is, look, I'm going to put it to me. I don't like being like salesy or something like that. But if you ever get a chance to stay at like the Contemporary, get the fireworks side or whatever theme park view, because it is amazing. It is incredible to be able to sit on the bed or sit on the couch and watch or see Magic Kingdom, see the castle.
It's funny you say incredible because it was Incredibles themed.
It is Incredibles themed, but it was just like amazing, and I feel spoiled now.
Oh my god, you're a princess
I feel spoiled now. So,
I'm a Pop Century princess, and you're just like a full-blown princess. You're the princess of princesses and Scoundrel today.
It was awesome. It was awesome to be able to like wake up and see the castle.
Yeah.
You hear the monorail. Like it was just, it felt like you were there already.
You know what I'm thinking about? The way that our bed was, or our room was configured, we watched on the last night, we watched the fireworks from the couch. We weren't out on the balcony. But if you have a room that's flipped, you would be watching it from your bed.
Yeah. That's cool.
That is cool. I mean, it's pure luck, like which one you get.
Yeah.
But that would be really neat too. But we're never going back there, okay? It was great, but it's definitely a price jump from our usual.
So I'm gonna
we'll slowly work our way through the deluxe resorts, I think. I think the next one I want to do is Polynesian. Like the next time we go and stay at a deluxe resort, I'm sure we'll stay at Pop Century and Kickin' Boots and all the other places until before then.
I mean, we our first experience with Disney resorts was Pop, so I think there's that special place.
Home.
Yeah, that's our special place that we always go to. And then when they added the Skyliners, it was just kind of, oh, this is perfect.
Yep.
You know, we take Hollywood Studios every day type of thing.
It's fantastic. We actually bought candles that smell like Pop Century and the Skyliner because we love them so much.
See, that's what I was telling Sarah. I was like, because Contemporary is kind of to the side a little bit. So when you see the castle, but then the fireworks, they're behind it, but they're off a distance.
They're really far. Like they're back behind the whole
you don't realize.
park. You don't realize at all.
So I was like, I think Poly is directly in front of.
Yeah.
So you get like the perfect angle. It's a little bit further back, but I think being able to see it. But even then, so even if you don't stay at the Contemporary, you can go watch it. If you go get drinks at that.
They changed it.
Okay.
So what we were trying to do, if you have a reservation at California Grill, which is the restaurant on the top floor of the Contemporary, I think if you have a reservations at any time, then you can come back and watch the fireworks there. They used to have a lounge that was much bigger, but after the pandemic, they kind of like, it's smaller now and they put more tables in for the regular dining. But you could just like go up there and have drinks, but then you had to like stay up there long enough.
Oh, okay.
So I tried to get us on the wait list, but I was like, I can't figure this out, and I'd rather just watch it from our room anyway. And so we did it that way. But we did have a reservation for California Grill, and we let it go.
Yeah.
Because we ended up, we had reservations for a beautiful restaurant on the top floor of this wonderful hotel with steak dinner, and they have like a prefix 50th anniversary menu, and you ate corn dog nuggets that night and I ate a kid's pizza.
It's just sometimes you need that comfort food.
You really do. I think especially at Disney, and we don't want to talk too much about the Disney trip because we're planning an episode for it. But yeah, this one, I think we ate well. We ate good. Sometimes when you go to Disney, you're like, I'm sick of eating all this weird food.
Yeah.
But we had some really good meals that were just like normal meals.
Yeah.
Which was nice.
Anyways, back to Magic Band.
We're never going to talk about Magic Band.
Because it was a very big trip. Like we had certain things that we were doing for the trip.
Yeah.
And it was intentional. And, because again, we staying at the Deluxe, we wanted to talk about that. Going to Star Cruiser again, we were talking about that in the Magic Band. Yep. Trying that out. So it was very intentional, all we were doing. It was just, there was a lot, and we've only been able to talk about the Magic Bands. But
you haven't missed it. We still have not talked about Magic Band.
But the thing is even at that close hotel, our Magic Bands weren't going off with the fireworks. Mm-mm. They have it piping through the TV, so you could hear the music, but the Magic Bands don't work.
Yeah.
But then I was thinking that would be the time that you would want to feel it more because we're a little bit away. Even more, why not let us at home, like, oh, fireworks are about to start. You're logging into their app, so you're giving them a view or whatever, and you could feel the fireworks on your band at home.
Or they have it like on Disney Plus or something where you could like a live event. I don't know if they do live events on Disney Plus, but anyway, like somehow watching the fireworks live, or like a replay of it every night.
And then you could just connect your band to it and you could feel it. So then you could feel it and have the lights. And I mean, I think that's good business sense. And then because you have that FOMO, or you're like, oh, I want to go back.
Yeah.
You're more likely to say, oh, you know what? Let me go book a trip real quick.
Exactly. I mean, it's pretty smart. And I bet, I don't know how it works, because what is it reading off of? Again, don't answer that. I don't know the technology behind it. But
that's what I'm saying. Like if you're logging into the app and
then it's pinging off the app.
Yeah, it's just pinging off the app saying, hey, we're going to start the fireworks in a minute. So you got to stay in the app.
But then do you say like anybody any Magic Band Pluses in this area will vibrate.
No.
Because then
me personally, I am logging into the app.
Into yours. But then, like, what about for our daughter who doesn't have an account or a device? I think that's where it would get a little tricky. I like the idea of it, but it's like...
Sorry, she can't
hang.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if it's like, who's watching? And then you're like, bing, bing, bing. You pick who you want.
Yes and no.
Kind of like, who's riding this ride?
Because if you have people attached to your account out of nowhere, like that don't live with you.
I know. Wouldn't that be freaky?
Like,
it's like when you change the lights in the house whenever you're not home. No, but that's what I'm saying. Almost like booking a fast pass where it's like, okay, who's going to ride? You're like, me and my son and not our daughter. Like, you get to pick.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't know. I think it would be a cool...
I like the idea.
...way to use it. And then that way, when you're at home, you're still using it. You don't feel bad paying for it.
Imagine watching Happily Ever After with the Magic Band Plus.
I mean...
Messiah.
The next thing is someone hacking it to be able to do that.
They will.
To be able to just get it to be synced with whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, those were some of the ideas afterwards. I was like, I got to make sure I say it because I think they're like pretty good ideas.
They're good ideas. So. I mean, I already bought it, so just add more functionality to it, please.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I think, well, one thing is again, how I said it's going to be inevitable that they're going to get replaced, like the regular Magic Bands.
Oh yeah.
So regardless if they do add more function to it, it's just going to be the replacement of the old ones.
No, that's fair. Do any of the park area hotels allow pets? They do. There's a handful of them that do allow pets. You have to, how do you do pets? I think you have to call it in and you have to see if there are like pet specific, almost like non-smoking and smoking rooms back in the day. I don't think they have those anymore. But there's a few of them that will have rooms, but you just have to call it in. You can't book that online.
Which is interesting because this last trip, I saw a lot of cast members that had, like over at Epcot, there was a lot of cast members that they had service dogs. I don't know if it was they were training them or if it was their service dog.
Oh, that's interesting.
But yeah.
I don't recall seeing that at all.
Yeah, they were in the main, is it Creations? The main gift shop?
Oh.
Yeah. So, it maybe even 3, like, it was just, I noticed it more.
Yeah.
But I did see service dogs, around the parks.
Oh, that's cool. So. Yeah, I didn't. My bad. But yeah, they are limited. So just keep that in mind. If you're not looking at a Disney resort, there are more options available for pets, but yeah, they do have a few. I think it's like 4 or 5 resorts that will allow for it. And like in each category, so it's not just like the $500 a night rooms. Yeah. Thank goodness. But yeah, so we did Magic Band Plus. It was a pain to get set up. And it was frustrating. Like, I don't mind it. It's okay that there are issues with it because in the moment, like, it didn't bother me so much. It was just more of like, I don't understand why you guys did this the way that you did. Because you can see, whenever you book a Disney vacation, when you put whose name is on the reservation, like who's going to be staying in that room, I had me, I had you, I had our 2 kids. And in my Disney Experience account, you have your own account, but you're linked to me. So you show up in my friends and family. So do our 2 kids. But for whatever reason, they picked this super old managed account from like years ago, like before Galaxy's Edge opened.
Before you really needed your own account.
Yeah. And linked it to that version of you. So because of that, we had issues with setting up your Magic Band. It thought it was linked to somebody else when it was actually just an old ghost version of you. And so we had to we ended up sitting in it was kind of not frustrating, but it's just like, oh, come on. Like when I went and handled that, you were trying to figure out how do you pair the rest of them and like charge them and do they have battery on them? And we woke up really early in the morning to get to Disney that morning to fly in. And so
yeah, because typically we try to do an early flight so that way, even if it's like the end of the day, we were able to
go visit,
do a park day.
Yeah, we usually take like an 8 a.m. flight, and this time we took a 5:30 a.m. flight, which was super early. It wasn't terrible though. It ended up working out, but but yeah, we were like, oh, should we just stay and wait till our room is ready? And then we're like, no, it's still early. Like it was mid-morning, I think, when we got there, and we're like, no, we'll just go to the parks for a bit and then come back. And the Magic Band Plus setup took a while, and then it just took us a while to like get everything paired and get out the door. We're on the monorail heading to Epcot, and I get a text. I was like, your room is ready. I was like, oh man.
Michael's asking about their costume theme. So
yeah. Do you want to talk about it, or you want to?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I think it's going to be, it's still Star Wars. So, any kind of, I think the interesting thing from the first Mosh was we kind of thought of straight Star Wars, like characters.
Yeah.
And we were like blown away that there was these like mix of Star Wars and emo or Star Wars and punk. Like,
yeah, it was like people took Star Wars costumes and made them emo.
Yeah.
Which was really neat.
So I think that was like, now I think that's the idea, the for me at least.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going with. So
I haven't decided. So when we did do Star Cruiser last week, I went with like Ahsoka inspired bounds or costumes. And I'm like, well, I could do that, but that's not very like punk. It's not very emo. So do I go as like an emo Ahsoka and like change up my costume?
Have some like black and white Liku.
Right? There's no way I'm going to wear, I cannot wear headtails while I am, or I guess she doesn't have headtails, but she has the whole Togruta headpiece. It was going to be so hot. I couldn't.
How does not linking all the accounts of the bands affect ride lotteries? So you're not in that. You can't ride it, right?
Bands don't really matter so much. It's just making sure that if you're staying at a Disney resort, and then we encountered that issue, which was because it was linked to your managed profile instead of your actual account, we weren't able to purchase Cosmic Rewind when resort guests could. Like, I could have purchased it for me, but you couldn't because your correct profile wasn't linked to the resort reservation.
Yeah.
So the bands don't really make a difference in terms of like getting in the virtual queues. It's just the account itself and making sure your reservation's linked.
Gotcha.
I promise I'm a good travel agent. It's
so
like
you got it fixed. I don't have to worry about it.
I know. It's like the landscaper that's like, their own yard is a mess because like I've been making everybody else's yard look nice all the time. Like I make sure we get there. We got it fixed. It was fine. Let's see. For helmets, I know you can put them on to take pictures. What about on Batu? Can we take them there and still put them on for pictures? I don't believe you can bring any helmets of any kind onto Batu.
I don't think so.
I have never seen anybody do it except for maybe like costume parties.
Yeah.
I would, but even then, even the costume party, like Halloween party rules, which they don't have in Hollywood Studios, or no, because the Halloween party over in Disneyland is at California Adventure. I don't think you can. I would not try to because they'll probably tell you.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Yeah. The even bringing onto Stark. So one of the things, again, we're talking about it, but you can't bring like scissors onto Star Cruiser. Like basically once you enter on a Star Cruiser property, they basically consider that the park. So they do a check. Like if you were going into Magic Kingdom, on all your luggage and your persons. So you can't take anything that can be, any blasters or anything like that any scissors that are larger than whatever that.
I forget what it was. 3 inches.
Yeah.
The blades couldn't be longer than 3 inches or something.
So it's one of those things that you have to make sure you don't accidentally take it, because it'll get, I guess, locked up. And because I mean, we ran into it before, but it was bigger tools.
Yeah.
But I think it's even more stringent, and it's going to be more like the parks. Like,
they'll just throw your stuff away though.
Yeah.
Like if
they don't even like tag it.
No, the only reason that on the first voyage they were able to save their tools is because
They had a car.
somebody had driven and there was a car in the valet. So they were like, can we just go put this in the car? And so it was fine. But yeah, that was.
Yeah, so don't bring stuff like that.
We brought nail scissors and that was fine.
Yeah.
But I wonder if they had to go through our stuff to like find the nail scissors, and that's why it took us a little while to get our luggage this time.
Maybe.
Or all of your Allen wrenches that you brought.
It was like 2.
Oh.
For the lightsabers. So
That's a lot. For a vacation, 2 Allen wrenches is a lot of.
Well, I guess,
Allen
yeah.
wrenches.
So
helmets cannot be worn on Star Cruiser. They can only be worn for pictures. So if you're stationary, but they don't want any of the guests to be confused with characters, so they don't do it. But they were pretty lenient about it. You don't see anybody walking around with a helmet, but like if you're going around taking pictures and you're like, oh, let's stand on this side of the bridge, let's stand on that side of, like, that's fine.
Yeah.
Just don't go.
And then buying helmets in the gift shops. Yeah, they started having those, like the Black Series ones.
But they don't have the.
Yeah, it's the full Black
full
Series.
helmets.
Yeah, they're full Black Series.
I don't know. It was just like the pilot helmets that are.
Well, they have
you
those
can still
too.
see the face. Do they have like full helmets that cover your face on Batu?
Because we didn't go out of Batu, I don't think they have those in Batu. Maybe in Tatooine Traders, but we didn't go shopping over there this trip. But I know I've seen it. Oh man, I don't even know if it was Disneyland, but I know I've seen the helmets.
Okay.
Like the Black Series helmets. So, but I haven't seen anybody actually wearing the helmet in the park.
Yeah.
So they may say you can buy them, but you can't wear them.
Yeah.
And I think it's really it's a security thing. They don't want any covered heads.
Yeah.
Which is funny because if you're wearing a hat, sunglasses, and you can wear a mask, it's the same thing.
It's pretty much the same thing. Yeah. I guess it's different somehow. The Mando helmets are sold in other Star Wars areas, but not Batu.
Yeah.
Yep. Just as long as pictures can be taken on board. Yep. Oh, so they said they do have them in Hollywood Studios. Yeah. So you are always buying helmets.
Yeah.
But we pre-order them and they arrive at our door. Speaking of which, you need to order your next helmet.
Yeah. I mean, I do need to order another one.
You need to.
I need to.
You need it. It's for Mosh. You need a helmet.
Yeah.
But yeah, you have more of a defined like thing that you're going with for your.
Maybe that's where I saw it, Michael.
Just say Michael every time.
It's like I knew I saw it somewhere. I just couldn't remember where. So
I was just kind of like la 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 this whole trip.
So
like I didn't look too
think
close
the big thing I look for when I go on my trips is my Spirit jerseys.
The one you dragged me all the way across the Epcot gift shop for. You're like, oh, but did you see this really cool thing over here? We get all the way over there, and it was your Spirit jersey. I was like, you could have brought it to where we were.
But yeah, so I think like as far as any kind of purchases, I don't really look at anything else. I just look at now Spirit jerseys. So
yeah, that's your big thing.
I've kind of started a collection.
I told you today that we need to just combine forces because I have like my collection of Spirit jerseys and then you have your collection of Spirit jerseys, which is now much larger than mine.
Yeah.
But we have a couple of them that are the exact same Spirit jersey. I just have one that's like mine are a size smaller. And
so you just want to wear mine. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. But you were wearing mine the other day. That's
where I didn't realize.
Because I was like, get this off the bed. Go put it up. Like we just like really like did a deep clean of our bedroom, got all of the clutter and everything out of there that had just kind of accumulated recently. And bedroom is pristine, and there's a spirit jersey, a Hoth spirit jersey. I was like, go put that away. And you're like, this is yours. Like, I haven't worn a spirit jersey in months, sir. You wore my spirit jersey. But yeah, I think we could just have like a little spirit jersey section.
Yeah.
Like a little store.
I guess, yeah. And then I saw that there was a, what is it?
Like a Mickey bar?
Mickey bar.
That one looks really cute.
Yeah, they just came out.
You want to go back?
So, yeah, no.
See, combined forces. But yeah.
Obi's lightsaber.
Yeah, so yeah, your big thing is spirit jerseys. You picked up that one this time.
Yeah.
Your food and wine. I don't know if you can see it very well. I think it says food brings the world together, but it's all like foods that are the letters.
Which is interesting on this one is most of the other ones have that puff paint. So it's like real nice and puffy. It's not as puffy. So,
well, because they've been coming out with the new ones that are, those are puffy. I would say that's more puff paint, but then like my 50th anniversary castle one, they're like thick.
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe it, but they're like, I feel like I could rip one of those things off.
Well, don't.
So strong. But yeah, you got that. We didn't do a lot of like souvenir shopping this time. We did on Star Cruiser.
You have the Lego helmets. I
No,
don't.
the little ones.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no.
There is no Star Cruiser spirit jersey.
I wish.
I know. Look at your little face light up.
I wish there was.
You did buy all the magic bands though last time.
So the one that I don't know if they have it, but in that Coke, the Coca-Cola shop, they have a couple spirit jerseys that are regular Coca-Cola and like a white one that's Coca-Cola.
They had
Or
the
they had
Coke
a Coke
Zero.
They had a Coke Zero.
They had a Coke Zero spirit jersey, but you saw that literally. We walked out of the Creations gift shop after buying that.
So I drink Coke Zero. That's my drink. But Peter from Ordinary, he has a Coke Zero that's Arabesh.
He has a t-shirt. Yeah.
I would like to see so you guys.
Why do you make it?
Huh?
Just make it.
Maybe. But it's a Coke Zero
Do it before
Arabesh.
Dano does it. I don't know if he's still in here. He's probably going to steal your idea.
Now.
Yeah.
But a Coke Zero Arabesh spirit jersey.
That would be.
It'd be like all of it. It'd make me so happy.
Oh my God. Look at your face. I haven't seen you so happy in so long.
But yeah, that's where, because I'm like, oh man, like I'm looking for that shirt, that one that he has, like to pick that one up.
I think I know where he has it. I could ask him, but I think I know where he got that shirt from. I think he got it from TeePublic.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe. I've seen it before.
So I was like, I like the Arabesh Coke Zero because I don't know why they don't have a thermal detonator of it. That too.
I know we have a bunch of Diet Coke ones.
Yeah.
I think we have like 5 Diet Coke ones. We don't even drink Diet Coke. Diet Coke Arabesh hat from Etsy. Oh, we could look on Etsy and see if somebody has one. But knowing you're probably just going to go make your own anyway.
Yeah, I want the spirit jersey. There's something about it that I fell in love with it, that I just like it. I like the loose fittingness of it.
It's nice.
So, and then it feels a little bit themed.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
It is because of me that you wear spirit jerseys.
It is.
Because it was really cold one day, and
it was. And so to that story, let's tell it. I'm not afraid of.
We told the story on the podcast.
Oh, we did?
We could tell it again.
So it was
a cold January day
in Florida.
Unseasonably cold for Central
Florida.
Florida.
You just had a spirit jersey, so I was like, can I wear it?
No, to be fair, it was really cold. I didn't give you the spirit jersey off my back. We had 2 spirit jerseys. I was wearing one, and then I think we had an extra one in case we wanted to put it on the kids. But we also had jackets and everything for the kids, so they were good. Oh, that's what it was. You gave your jacket, your thicker jacket, to put on the kids.
Yeah.
And so you didn't have like anything. You had a shirt on. But then I said, "Oh well, I had this other one to put on the kids."
I'm a little hot. You could have this.
But you were wearing my extra small Spirit jersey because at the time I was buying like the really small ones.
But it still fit me.
It fit you, but it fit you like a shirt.
Like a shirt, yeah.
But it was cool, and it was Star Wars, and it had like half of the Rebel and half of the Empire logo on it, and that was the one that said Star Wars in the back. That was a good one. But yeah, you wore that one, and then you're like, I mean, I don't need to take it off yet. Once it started warming up, you're like, I think I'm good. And then I forget what then that's when the Star Wars ones, like the planets came out, and you're like Pokemon, got to catch them all.
Yeah. And
so that's when it began.
Mm-hmm.
How many Spirit jerseys have you bought this year?
3,
5, I think.
This year?
So you got that one?
I got the 51 too.
6. Oh my gosh! Stop.
Is it?
Let's go backwards. You have this one.
Okay.
I bought you 2 in Paris.
Okay.
But you virtually shopped with me because I FaceTimed you.
Okay.
But that's still your fault. You bought 2 at D20 at Celebration.
Oh, I forgot about those.
Because one of them was Attack of the Clones. What was the other one?
We
wanted the
Celebration.
Ahsoka one. Oh, it was the Celebration. We wanted the Ahsoka one, but they didn't have the last one sold out right in front of us.
Yeah.
And then in March you bought your 50th.
No, the Disneyland one.
Oh my God. Then you bought a Disneyland one. Which one's that one?
That's the blue one.
Oh, that's the blue one with the Mickey face on it, or the Mickey head.
So I have 6.
So you have 6. Did you get one when we went to Star Cruiser in March? Was that your 50th, or did you did that in December?
Okay, guys. I think I have a problem.
Here's the intervention banner.
Intervention.
That's
we need to
just
stop.
this year.
Oh, I did not really it's not good to add it all up.
It's like that. So how many drinks did you have today?
Oh my
You're
God,
like, just 1 or 2.
Yeah, just 1 or 2. Like, no, let's count. It's ooh, that's bad.
That's a lot of Spirit jerseys.
That is.
And then you.
It's like.
Sorry for.
It makes me hot, thinking about it.
Here. I've got a coaster. I could. Is that doing anything for you?
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Oh, Marnie says if there was a Diet Coke one. Dude, Spirit jerseys are great. If you're having a good day, they make you feel good. If you're having a bad day, they make you feel good. They're just like a hug. They're like a little.
Yeah.
They're wonderful. They're like a Snuggie you can wear out. Like a little blanket.
So the big reason for me is when I come home from work, I don't have to change. I could just put a. It's like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. You know when he just changes to that. The sweater?
Yeah.
This
that's
is
your sweater.
That's my sweater.
It's your inside clothes. I mean, you wear them out, but.
So.
Did you wear that when we went out today?
No.
What are you wearing? I wore this when we went out, and you can see my grease stain from the. I was like, I'm going to try to keep it down, but now that I see it on camera. Whoops.
So. But no, it was, I have a problem. So.
What if there's a special Oogie Boogie Bash one when I go to D20? Oh, what if there's a D23 one?
If there's one, this is what I'm imagining. If there's one that's a dark, a black.
With Oogie Boogie on it across the back.
Well, if it has.
What if it has the lock, shock, and barrel on it?
Well, that'd be kind of cool. Green, purple, or orange. But it's kind of that kind of combination, then I probably will ask for it.
Okay.
But I have to see it first.
Fair. Okay. And if there's a D23 one, do you want that?
I don't know.
That one's a little more difficult because it's kind of like a.
You're enabling me right now.
I can never say no to you. That's the thing is if you look at how much joy you have on your face when you talk about your Spirit jerseys. If I can just continue that joy.
So, Mike, they are.
It depends on the Spirit jersey. Some of them are a stiffer material.
Yeah. But the thing that I've never gotten warm.
Mm-mm.
Now, if it was a hot day, again, I'll pull up the sleeves. This is typically how I wear it with sleeves up.
Summer Steven.
But I never get hot.
Yeah. But it's like there's no like fleece or anything on the inside. It's just like a thick t-shirt.
Like a cotton t-shirt.
I'm taking jersey orders. They usually do have an Oogie Boogie Spirit jersey. Might be twins. The thing for me with Spirit jerseys, I love a good Spirit jersey. You know this, is the collar. I don't like things to sit too close. I feel like I'm being suffocated if it's like up on my neck like this. So
it's just kind of loose.
And so like looking at you right now and how tight that is on your neck, I'm like, so yeah, that's my 20 combined between the two of you. See? Well, okay. Well, so I'm going to do a reel.
Yeah, we're
going to do a reel. Remember that one that I did a long time ago, the Oops, I Did It Again? And I wore not even all of our Spirit jerseys, but it was like, Oops, I Did It Again. And each time, it was like a remix. Each time she said, Oops, I like pulled it off and there was another one. I just like saying that, I edited it. It looked cool. I was wearing one at a time. But could you imagine me like Joey from Friends? Like all the Spirit jerseys on. See, look, everybody's
like when you put
everyone's
it all
exposed today. What, Spirit jersey and nothing else? Where are your pants? I'm just we should recreate that because I bet we have over 20.
We'll see. We have a bit, I think, now. Like
we have a problem.
So anyways.
It's okay, it's your thing.
It's all right, it's my thing, yeah.
And helmets.
Yeah.
And droids.
Oh, man. So this last trip, we didn't take a droid. I think the next time we go, I want to get BD.
You're gonna bring that
version 2
boy
going and take them because I think that'd be like super cool.
So if you keep doing new versions of the same droids, are we going to have like a droid graveyard in our house? Is this the droid graveyard? Can you see? So there's BD, and in the very corner you can see BB-8. He's just kind of chilling. But, oh, sorry, let me not expose you while you drink your water. You don't want people to know you hydrate. But yeah, if you keep doing iterations, are we just going to have like droids everywhere that don't get ever used again? No need for pants.
Can't see BB.
Oh, somebody asked if I'm related to Dano and if I'm actually his sister. I am not. I did not know Dano. Dano and I think just celebrated our anniversary, our friend-iversary, back in the end of July. So the story of how Dano and I met. Oh my God. No, what are you doing? Your rotten soldier? Do you want to see him? This one? Well, your mic is off. You may turn it on. Hold on. Whoop.
So he's a little too wide for my seat. Hold on. I pushed it to the side, so he could join us.
Is it just me and BB?
Yeah.
Can I interview him? Is this going to be like a Baby Youngest on Dano Street?
This is Youngest.
Oh, man. He's a cutie. He lost his glasses, so he doesn't have his lens on there. But this was the first one that Steven made. He's an old boy. He ages like a dog.
This is the Jakku weathering. Yeah. That's what we call it because it's like more browns, earth tones.
Oh, the BB joke. So, was this? No, that wasn't the one. I was looking up like silly Star Wars jokes to send to Dano because I had sent him something. Oh, you want to flex real quick? Yeah. But that was one of the jokes I found. Is BB-8 or is BB hungry? No, BB-8. Okay, don't laugh at my joke.
Oh, I was too far away from the mic. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. A pit droid.
Well, when I first took him out to Celebration
2017. Back when all of this nonsense started.
Yeah. Matt Denton, he is actually one of the puppeteers that created BB-8 and created the first functioning BB-8. And he was there in the droid room, and so we all got to meet him, and he was signing people's, domes. And so that's my that's why this one ended up being just
Your display boy.
my display one at the house, because
As soon as he signed it, you were like, "Yep, making another one."
well, it was, it's so funny because in any other circle, no one would really be like, "Oh my gosh, that's Matt Denton's signature."
Yeah.
But again, in the circle that I'm in, it's like, "Oh man, that's
Matt Denton." Yeah.
But it was so funny when he picked it up. He was like, "Oh man, that's heavy." So I was like, "Oh."
I think that's why you were like, "You're gonna make a new one." I have to make Matt proud.
Yeah. So, and it's just because we didn't know how light theirs was and how they made theirs. So
yeah,
it was good.
But that was before anybody really knew anything about how BB-8 was made, and it was a lot of like guessing and first iterations. And so by the time you made your second one, is a lot more streamlined. We just leave him here. Yeah. Okay. Our sweet boy. Decapitated boy.
Yeah. It really is like a graveyard over here, because there's that other one that we have just like sitting there.
Yeah. A little creepy when you think about it.
Oh, see, that would be cool.
Oh, that would be neat. The thing is, I feel like Ashley is so accessible.
RX. No, the next one I think
man.
So I want to get BD.
Who's your next one going to be?
So it's probably going to be another BD to get another for the next Star Cruiser.
Okay.
Because I think it would be really cool to have a
for the
droid.
record, we do not have another Star Cruiser.
Yeah, nothing planned, but but being able to have a droid like on my shoulder.
You saying you're actually going to start a project before we even have a deadline?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I want to start it now to start working on it, so there's no time crunch. I'm not making it like.
Okay.
I want to be able to take my time, but I think the next one I do want to do is SK.
I mean, I'm on board with that, but I have been asking you for a droid for ever
Wally?
now. Yes, I really want Wally.
So
I love him.
yeah, that's a good one.
And he could just live in my office.
Yeah.
I want him.
So I think the hard part is I feel like I could get an SK.
That it's something for me and not for you.
No.
I see how this works.
No.
Did you want that Spirit jersey?
Even like a Wally, like I could get a static one probably up in no time. No time. If it's a static one.
I don't need one that's moving. I just want like a cute little boy.
Just right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's something
you saw it. You put a lens on him if he's gonna live. We should just put him like. We tried to do that, remember? And it was just like weird because it was like just a floating droid. Everybody saw it. But yeah, I have been wanting a Wally for a long time. Since you started this BB-8, I was like, the next one's Wally, right? But then all these new cool droids come out.
But the hard part of having just a static one is wanting a one that can move.
Because I mean, if you end up making him move, I'm not going to say no.
That's the thing is like, okay, do I make it where it's capable of moving? So then I'm going to have to get parts that are placeholders.
Yeah.
Well, just placeholders of like, okay, there's going to be motors here and stuff like that. So
yeah.
There's just like.
Is this a wooden dowel?
No. It's printed.
It's printed. Yeah. The other one is rubber.
Yeah, that's a molded one.
It's like it kind of seems like a chopstick. A full-size static Rex.
Rex.
Oh man.
See, they
yeah, if you do an SK, it will be SK 620.
Yeah.
That'll be. He's not our boy. He's what is it? Non-binary.
Yeah. The what's it?
Stormtrooper the droid guy. After all.
Stormtrooper guy, I think he's on Instagram. Yeah, I saw his and I'm like, oh man. Like that yearning for it now is
Go
starting.
for it. Wally will always live in my heart. So if you don't get to around to him yet,
I hadn't started an R2 unit because I've been building BB-8s.
Yeah.
So I've like really learned BB-8s and the triangles and all the the pie panels and stuff. That I was kind of like, I'm, BB-8.
You're a BB builder,
and I never just took the time to try to learn it. And I feel like, okay, now I'm gonna have to try to learn it because I want to build it. So,
because you want SK, not because of necessarily R2.
Yeah.
Nothing against R2. We love R2.
But the thing is I think that's what he did.
He took an
R2 unit and just changed the dome, like took it apart, repainted it, which is like crazy smart because he already had.
But also like
a droid together.
Sacrificing R2 to make SK. It's like, you've been around for a while.
But see, this is where my mind,
gosh.
because
there's aggressive hands right now.
Because in the group there was people that built BB-9Es, and with my functioning one, it's all in a skeleton, so I could change the panels out, the dome out, and it's a whole new droid.
Yeah.
So all the internals are the same, and then I could just swap it as I want. But I just never did BB-9E because you have to do like the auto paint, and because he's that like really glossy
super
black,
shiny. Yeah. I
was like, I'm not gonna be able to keep him clean. Yeah. Like that.
But also BB-9E didn't end up being as much of a character as we anticipated him being. Like they came out with all this merch ahead of time, and it was like, oh my God, a new droid. And we were so excited. And then we watched Last Jedi and we're like, oh, he was like maybe in what?
Like BB-8 was
10 seconds of
funner with the trash can on him.
Yeah. our boy BB. Oh, there was a 50th anniversary droid? Oh man.
I remember seeing that at Celebration. They were talking about that. I didn't see it.
Oh, yeah, maybe because we went into the parks, or we went into the merch panel.
Yeah, I remember seeing it there, but I don't think I saw it at the parks. Or again, I didn't pay attention to it.
Yeah. Oops.
The other thing we haven't mentioned is, guys.
Oh,
The Princess and the Scoundrel came out.
Oh,
the book.
Yeah. We don't have it up here. We were unprepared.
Yeah.
For this one.
So if you haven't read it, go read it.
Go read it.
Do
we want to talk about this now? Your grand idea that you came up with?
What is that?
I don't want to. If we were going to say it, we're going to say it. What we were talking about earlier about reading the book.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah. Okay. It's an idea we had. So an
Gauge
idea
interest.
we had. Yeah. Okay. We're just, here's an idea.
Hear me out.
Close your eyes.
Oh my gosh.
And think about this. Listen to the sound of my voice. No, but we read The Princess and the Scoundrel book together. Separately, but together.
Same, but different. Which was rare. This is the first time that we've actually, well, not the first time, but this is the first time in a long time that we've read the same book together, like at the same time.
And one, it was fun because we were trying to figure out, okay, are you at the same point as...
It was a race, is what it was.
Like a race. But no, afterwards, we were able to talk about it. And as cheesy as it is, it felt like we had like a little book club. And
so Steven's never read a book before.
Well, no, but I'm talking about like...
But it was nice to have that...
like immediately after. Not like, oh yeah, I remember reading that. And type of thing.
Did you pay attention in school? Did you read books for school?
Yeah.
But it's not the same. Those are boring books. Yeah. This was a really fun... If you have not read The Princess and the Scoundrel... Oh wait, this camera. Go check it out. It is so good. It's so much fun. It's everything you want from a Star Wars novel.
Yeah. So it was... I enjoyed it. It's lovey, so...
It's not that lovey.
No,
oh
but I mean, it's
a love story.
It's not the.
It's not just action and adventure. Yeah. There's a love story theme to it.
So,
It was good. There's a lot of Easter eggs in there. It's on the Halcyon. Part of it's on the Halcyon. So you get like wonderful little Easter eggs about that. You get to learn a little bit more about the ship. There's a lot. It's great.
Yeah.
It was.
So, but from that, I was telling Sarah, what if we started, because a lot of the Star Wars books we haven't read. Mm-hmm. And
all of the Star Wars. We've read one.
No, because I've listened to.
Oh, you listened to Brotherhood.
Yeah, I listen to Brotherhood. I do a lot of audiobooks, but listen to Brotherhood. There was a couple.
We got through almost all of the Ahsoka book.
The couple of the early ones with like Luke and Kanan's story. I forgot what they were called. But that was back when I had Audible and I was like traveling to work more.
Yeah.
So I was using that time, and I think that's why I do the Audibles. I like doing that. Is I just have a trek, to work and back.
Yeah.
So it's nice to just put that on and listen to them. So, but no, I enjoyed this one, and it got me excited for reading again. But then I thought, you know what, we could have a like part of our live. We could say, everybody, we could post it somewhere saying, hey, we're going to read this.
Yeah.
And we could just kind of talk about it like the next live or whatever.
Maybe do like a monthly.
Yeah. I mean,
book club. Like, let's not push it.
Yeah. Well, no, we could do a monthly.
This one we were like,
say this month, we're going to try to read this.
Yeah.
We pick it. We pick a book and, a Star Wars book.
Yeah.
And we all learn a story. But I mean, most people have already read it. But again, you could reread it and freshen up on it. We could talk about it. Give a little segment.
I mean, I would enjoy it. I like reading. I haven't made enough time for it this year because remember I read like that huge book series. I guess I finished it like 6 months ago, but that one like took me like 9 months to read all 7 of the books because they were like 1,000-page books. But this one was just like a nice, fun, easy read, really well written. Like I think I already said easy to read, but like you just kept wanting to read more. It wasn't like struggling to get through like, oh, they described this one tree for like 3 pages. Like it moved, but you were still able to. Oh, here's one of my questions I have because we've talked about this before. When you were reading the book or listening to it, because you read part of it and listened to the rest of it, can you visualize in your brain what these things look like?
Yes.
You can.
Oh, yes. Like, because I've been to the Halcyon.
Okay, but to the Halcyon, but there was a big chunk of the book that's not.
Yeah, that's not on it.
Could you picture that?
Yes.
Okay. Because remember we've had this conversation. There was this TikTok where it was like people, when they read books, they can't visualize settings.
Yeah, so that conversation was when you read it and you start painting that picture and you fill in all the blanks. Whereas when I read it, I kind of read it for more as literal as it's telling me. And my mind doesn't really fill in the blank. So it stays pretty blank otherwise. I think I was okay because of the setting that it was in. Yeah. So I think that's why I
cheated a little bit.
Well, the book didn't, like, there was nothing there. Yeah. Right. So it didn't, there was not details to be left out. Yeah. So I think that's where I was okay.
No, it was fun. And I mean, it was really, really, really the perfect book for us to read together because of the names being the same. It's on the Halcyon. It's Han and Leia. Like, it was.
Which is crazy because there was a lot of similarities. Like, that you're
like Leia and I'm like Han.
No, so, but yeah, I don't know. It was definitely like a cool little thing, and I thought maybe we could talk about it.
Yeah. So if you're interested in a book club, let us know.
Aftermath.
I've heard Aftermath. A lot of people are reading.
So Kelly, I've been seeing that a lot. Shadow of the Sith. That one definitely, like, the cover catches my eye. That might be one of the next ones we read.
Yeah.
Maybe we just say. But see.
But I want to read.
In order.
No.
Because I did the High Republic too. I started that.
Oh, yeah. That's what I wanted to read. That's what you were reading. Mm-hmm. I wanted to read that one. But I think they don't have it at our library. I'm a library girl. And I like an actual book to like hold and read. It's convenient to have it on your phone or your Kindle or audiobook. But I spend so much of my life like on the phone. One, for like marketing and social media and all that stuff. But two, like literally on the phone on hold. And like calling Disney all the time. So it's like I don't have as much time to listen to things like that. So I'm kind of listened out at some point. Like I've had enough. Like I can't listen to things like while I work because I get distracted.
I think the other thing too is we found out is you read and I am jealous. I'm jealous of people that can read incredibly fast.
I don't think I read incredibly fast though.
It's the audiobook is 2 times. And now I don't read as slow as the audiobook because with the audiobook it tries to
gives inflection and pauses and
when they're like talking to each other, having a conversation. So that's a lot slower, but when you were reading, I said, let me see how fast you read compared to the audiobook. And I had to put it to 2 times. And I'm like, are you even understanding the words?
Yeah. It's just like, oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't know. It was just, I used to read a whole bunch though before I met you. And then.
Sorry.
No, I've just always been like a reader. I think just something I've enjoyed doing. And so I think I've just gotten a little faster at it, but I don't think I'm that fast. I'm not a speed reader by any means.
So,
but yeah, that's the other reason I don't like audiobooks so much, unless like I'm in a situation where I cannot like sit there and look at the pages and read the book, then or if it's like an autobiography and the person is narrating it, then I'll listen to it. But usually I'm just like, oh my gosh, hurry up. I don't have time for this.
I love it.
No, you do. You're Ready Player One.
Yeah. Will Wheaton. I've done those. You've
listened to Ready Player One probably like 10 times.
Yeah, I think that's my favorite.
That's your comfort book.
Yeah. So, the High Republic. Yeah. No, it's so yeah. I read the first one, and it's more of just getting the rest of them.
Because with the first one was Light of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to read that one.
So.
But I kind of want to read. So the author of The Princess and the Scoundrel, Beth Revis. She also wrote one called Rebel Rising, which is about Jyn Erso. I'm like, well, that might be good to read before Andor comes out, just because like we know their paths aren't going to cross.
Oh, and so the other reason, while you're speaking of that, is they just announced the book between
Fallen Order,
and the new Survivor.
Sorry for jumping in there.
No problem.
Interrupting you.
But they announced that book, so I was like, "Is that the next book we got to read?" And then we could talk about it.
But the thing is, when does the new game come out?
December. I think.
I don't know.
So.
But I didn't play Fallen Order. I don't know it.
So we gotta watch the game.
Can we watch the game?
You could probably watch the playthrough somewhere.
Okay.
On the tubes.
Because I watched a little bit of you playing it when you were streaming last year. But not like
paying attention.
Yeah. Just like listening
to
you
you it's
talk.
March 2023.
Oh, so we've got time.
So
Michael, one of the Michaels is asking, have you listened to or read Ready Player 2? We have.
I don't want to think about it. I was not a fan of the second one. I felt like it undid the first book. Like the greatness of the first
Ready
one.
Player 1 was a really great book. I don't think they should have done a sequel.
I feel like it was more for a movie.
They are making the movie, aren't they?
Oh.
I'm pretty sure. I feel like I heard something about Ready Player 2 recently.
But yeah, I wasn't crazy about it.
Yeah. But yeah, so we've been busy. We've read The Princess and the Scoundrel. We had our trip. Talked about magic bands this week.
Yeah.
So one of the things, and I posted a reel. Did you know I did this? I posted that reel of the puck popping out.
Yeah.
We don't have one of ours. We just have the other ones. But one of the things on it is like this little puck on the inside does pop out. I posted a reel earlier, but like you have to take off this whole, you can see the 4 screws a little bit. But the problem is that the charger it goes over the whole thing like this. So how are you going to charge it if you just have the puck? And if you build it in, because like I've seen some makers out there. Oh, thank you. Cover my face. Yeah, it covers the whole width of the magic band. So there are makers out there that are making like cool like comm links to wear on your wrist that hold the magic band too, which is like what you get on the Halcyon, and it's smaller. But how are you going to charge this thing? Because it has to be charged, and it's a specific charger. It's not like a micro USB or anything like that. Oh, actually, they kind of have it. I guess you could just nest it on there.
I mean, you'll be able to.
You should take one apart if you have your tools up here.
Yeah. Rest it on there, but yeah, it's more of just you'd have to actually break it.
But that's the thing is like, I don't know if. Oh. I don't know if. Because of Magic Band Plus and the way it works, they want you to wear it on your arm so that you're feeling the vibrations and you see the lights and everything. If you were to take this out and put it somewhere else on your body besides your wrist, then like, why buy the Magic Band Plus?
Oh, I mean, you're not buying necessarily the band. You're buying that puck.
You're buying the puck, but what I'm saying is if you were to wear this on a necklace, you might feel the vibrations of it. But then when you go scan into like Cosmic Rewind for your virtual queue or your lightning lane or whatever, you're having to like.
Well, so on that, if you wanted to wear that around a necklace or whatever to feel it closer, on your chest or whatever, you could still wear your regular band around your arm.
Yeah, I guess you could.
So.
It just feels like a lot. I mean, I guess the other thing you could do is you could take this and put it on like your Apple Watch. But the issue with that would be this vibrates and you look at it because there's something to see. This vibrates and you think it's this. And so you're like, ugh. It's just a lot. Because that happened to me.
Coruscant.
Oh, yeah. So that corner in Coruscant makes the comm links that hold it. I couldn't remember. I was pretty sure it was you, but I didn't want to tell people that it was you and then and then it wasn't. But yeah, I mean, I think that's really cool for like an existing Magic Band, which is honestly, I think where most of the functionality still lies is in just like the regular Magic Band, but being able to go bounding, but you're wearing like a cool comms link on your arm. I like that.
I think, I think it's definitely one of those, because even I think next time at Star Cruiser, it's one of those, like now that we've kind of gotten into leatherworking, of making a little.
Yeah, I don't know why of all the times we've been in leatherworking, this time when you said it, it reminds me of that Saturday Night Live. Chi.
Oh. But being able to stick it, the puck into like into something that's more in universe.
Yeah.
So
that would be cool. So I'm actually working with.
So then you could still do stuff and have the functionality, but it doesn't look like you're wearing a Magic Band. Yeah.
No, that's fair. I'm actually working with Mars right now on something like getting a comms link made for a costume that I'm working on, but it would be really cool to have that for Star Cruiser. So it is more, it's hidden.
Yeah.
Because like Wraith, for example, on Star Cruiser, he has a comm link and I think he has some kind of like a Magic Band or something, because it comes into play. Like he has to use a band to scan into things at certain points. And I'm sure some of the other characters I think do too. But it's interesting the different ways that they work that in versus like all of us yahoos that are wearing like the same white band. It's fine. It's cool. The band is really pretty.
One of it could be that it's showing who's a character and who's not if you're wearing it like a band, right?
It's funny. That's it's like a name tag.
Yeah, like it's a subtle like, okay, that's a guest because they're wearing a white band.
Which is funny because on this Star Cruiser, I was pointing out people that I was like, I think that's the general manager. And you were like, how do you know? I was like, well, one, I recognize him from last time, and it would be really weird if they were on the same voyage. I was like, but two, they're not wearing magic bands. Remember?
Yeah.
I told you that a couple of times. And then I saw somebody that I think is maybe one of the cast members, but was not actively working that cruise.
Or
yeah, they were working, but not acting. And I was like, Steven, I think this is so-and-so. And you were like, okay. I was like, there's no magic band. So yeah, maybe we should play our parts, wear our magic bands.
So they don't.
Or maybe not, and we just see what happens.
Yeah.
Can you take the Star Cruiser band apart and insert it into a different band? Yes, you can. It's the exact same. It's like the exact same as a regular magic band. It's a really pretty band. I really do like it.
It's nice.
But it's the same one. And there is no Magic Band Plus for... I keep looking at my camera. There is no Magic Band Plus for... oh, it is my camera. I'm so confused, man. Because before you had it on the wide camera. And so I was looking over here when I should have been looking over here. Now I'm looking over here when I should be looking over here.
Keep you on your toes.
My taller toes. Just want to be a little bit taller. But yeah, no Magic Band Plus for Star Cruiser yet.
Don, are you talking about either one? You don't have to wear it.
Mm-mm.
Except you're going to have to kind of like pull it out and tap it on the consoles or whatever. Or again, I say that. I say that you don't need to, but
here's the thing: is like they all work there.
Well, because you mentioned Wraith, what if that is when you're shaking hands? Because remember, that's what we thought. It is. So it's reading your band. So maybe you do need it on your wrist.
Ooh, yes, maybe.
So
otherwise, like, what do you like?
Because then, if otherwise, it won't count.
It won't count. So yeah, you probably do have to have it on your wrist. That's a good point. I don't know. I think you're right.
That's the only part I think that the part of the sausage we have not found out is like how.
That's not the only part.
Well, I mean,
I still have lots of questions, but I'm too scared to ask them because I don't think I'll get the answers for them.
But it's like there's still that magic there. There's still magic that we don't know. That like how's that?
Yeah. So. We'll learn one day.
Yeah.
But it'll still be magical. I think that's the beauty of Star Cruiser. It's just like the execution of all of it is just so good.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh man.
It was funny. I remember it was like as soon as we came back, I'm telling Dano, you got to go back.
I know.
not in a like make him feel jealous type of way, but just like
I think it was night 1 that we were there. We like, FaceTimed.
It's because I'm like so excited. I'm like, you have to come back, man. Like it's so. It was
amazing because it was night 1. We were in the Sublight Lounge. We were drinking that 4-person drink, just the two of us. And I was messaging Dano and some friends, and I was like, you guys just want to FaceTime us? Like, just hang out? And so we just kind of virtually hung out with our friends in Sublight Lounge. So that was nice.
Yeah.
But then we're like, you guys have to come back.
Oh, that's going to be so fun. 3 weeks.
Oh, have so much fun. Ugh. Yeah, I miss it already. I dreamt about Star Cruiser last night. Did I tell you that?
No.
I did. It's just, it's such an interesting thing because it's not something that's ever been done before. And so it's really difficult to describe what the experience is. And then also because it is so personal, people take different things away from it.
Yeah.
like one of the things that was cool, I know we're going to talk about this on an episode. One of the things that's cool is that a group of my clients that I booked was on this voyage. And so I knew well before we told them that we were going to be on the voyage, but to be able to watch them experience it.
Yeah. Oh,
because like I know them, like I've worked with them for months.
It's almost like you're like a proud parent. You're like,
I
oh
was.
my gosh. Like,
I'm like, go talk to that person.
Yeah. There was just like moments you're like, yes. Like, tell me more.
And then I'm also like, I want to tell you more, but I can't yet. Like, go over there. Go into that room right now. That was fun. That was really cool. Just because like it's people that I know and I've worked with to get them to this trip, and then getting to watch them experience for the first time. It really was. It was like bringing your kids to Disney. And you're just like, look.
So,
like, look at the character.
Yeah, it was really cool to like get to experience, again through their eyes type of thing. Mm. So,
well, we're also trying to experience the same thing. Yeah, no, it was really fun. Yeah, Kelly's gonna go back. Kelly went, I think, in June or July. I think it was June. Yeah, it was mid-June.
It was good. It's definitely one of those things that even going the second time, you're gonna have a good time.
Yeah. Are you about to cry?
No.
Oh. No. Never. Oh yeah, thank goodness it's good though, because otherwise my travel business would I would have like bet on the wrong horse there.
Yeah, we just go on cruises.
I know, that's what you were telling me. Guys, this camera. I did it. We did it. Do you want to make that announcement?
It's not even an announcement.
The announcement is
I've conceded and said, you know what?
You've not conceded. You have triumphed.
Me?
Yeah.
I've triumphed?
Yeah.
No, I have just said, you know what? YOLO.
So if you go down on that ship, you're okay with it now.
I'm okay with it now. I've made peace with myself now. But no, it just looks cool. I've opened the door to say, if a cruise is in my future, I'll accept it. Here's
the thing. I decide our vacations anyway because you don't like to travel. So if I booked a cruise, I would be
regardless.
So we're going. I know you're not going to be happy about it, but we're going. Yep.
So the interesting, again, we can't talk about the stuff. We can't talk about Star Cruiser too much because this is like what our episode's going to be out.
Shut up, guys.
But yes, on Kelly, Kelly with the kids, that was one of the things.
We are talking about the Wish. We're going.
We don't have anything planned. I just said.
But we're going.
I just said.
It's like saying we're going to die. It's going to happen someday.
Yeah, okay, exactly. So it'll happen someday.
But it's going to happen.
I've said that, you know what? I've talked to people and it looks interesting enough. It's intrigued me enough. Or there is a bit of me that
longs to know.
That wants to know, yeah. So it's not a we're going. It's a
our wish come true. It's gonna be fun. Yeah, we don't have any plans. That's what we have been trying to figure out is like what our 2023 travel plans look like.
But the thing is we could go on Wish.
I know.
Or we could go back to Star Cruiser.
So, okay, if you had to pick right now between the two, same.
Star Cruiser.
Same.
So.
Okay, if you had 3 trips that you could take and you had to pick Star Cruiser or the Wish, 3 trips, say we go, this is not going to happen. This is not in our budget. Say we go January, February, March. We have say, let's say $7,000 as fast as you're ready.
Star Cruiser is what I would pick.
Same.
So that's the hard part for me. That's the hard, like, if you want to say that, so it's I don't know. It's a more difficult decision for me.
It is, right?
So.
But that's kind of the situation we found ourselves in the last 5 years, is that prior to 5 years ago, we were going on vacations to other places. We even made I made this cute little map out of corkboard that was all 50 states. Well, 48 states. And we would put pins when we would go somewhere new. And then 5 years ago, we went to Orlando, and we did not add a new pin for a very long time. Like, we just go to Disney.
Yep, Kelly.
Yeah. It's amazing, and it's indescribable. And it's, even though it's not, here's the thing. We're also not like, I was going to say chill vacation people, but we're also just not chill people, period. Like, my idea of a good time is not to just like sit around and do nothing.
Yeah.
I want adventure in the great wide somewhere.
When, not honeymoon, but it was like pretty early on that we went to Hawaii.
Yeah. It was technically a baby moon. We just didn't realize it when we booked it.
But
I was pregnant and didn't get to drink, and I remember that part of it. And I was nauseous the entire time.
But we were doing like sailing, snorkeling, and doing all that stuff. So
yeah, we were there for like 9 or 10 days, and we went on hikes. We found all these like secret waterfalls, and we did the road to Hana, and we snorkeled as much as my nausea would allow. And we got bored. We were like, oh God, we have to go to the beach again today.
Yeah, I think we just like to do something.
Do things. But that's the problem, is like the last 5 years, if you look at all of the trips that we've taken, it's like 90% to the Disney parks.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's going to change. I mean, maybe even higher. I think the only trip that we'll have taken recently that was not Disney parks related will be Mos Eisley. But still kind of, we're there because of our Disney Star Wars friends. So it's still related somewhat. It was a Beauty and the Beast reference. Thank you. I got to sneak it in there while I can. I think I did it twice. I think I did one to Marnie earlier. She said something. I was like, it's true, LeFou. But yeah,
Disney doesn't want to go back a little bit. Aliens in space. People saying that Disney does not want to admit. I think as far as the movies in general, it's because of Disney Plus and because of the pandemic, Disney has made an adjustment to the going big because they've had success on the small screen.
Mm-hmm. I think they've shifted. I think they're good about that.
So they've I think a lot of places have shifted from the big blockbusters to
streaming,
some kind of streaming service. Now, if it's good or bad, that's people's decisions. But I think that definitely may be why they've adjusted that. So
I mean, they built a whole land and hotel around the sequel trilogy. So, because it wasn't just Rian Johnson, it was
JJ.
Really more JJ than Ryan.
Grace Randolph.
I don't know who that is.
I have to look that up.
I don't know her. That's been my phrase. I was talking to Dano. Oh, somebody, I think Aliens in Space, I think you had mentioned that. You asked if Dano was my actual brother, and he's not. I met Dano a year ago. But yeah, I met Dano a year ago, and he was talking to somebody about that, and they were like, wait, you haven't known each other forever? And I was like, you should have said, I don't know her. And I was referencing the Mariah Carey meme from like years ago. It was like in the 90s. Do you remember that?
No.
Oh, do you not even know why I say that?
I don't know what meme. No. I don't know what a meme is.
Oh, God. You call it a meme. A meme.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. It's so... So that, if you don't know, recently...
nothing to do with Disney or
Dragon
Star
Ball,
Wars.
Yeah, this is nothing to do with Disney or Star Wars, but Dragon Ball Z, there's some characters that came out in Fortnite, and it's a game that I play with my son, and on my TikTok feed has been full of people. I don't I'm so lost now. I don't know if it's intentional or like they're saying it sarcastically or they just don't know because they know that initially people were saying it wrong or there was people that they weren't Dragon Ball Z fans that were saying it wrong and there was just getting a lot of attention. So I don't know if the more that we're seeing are just people seeing how bad they could say it.
You haven't even said it yet.
The Kamehameha. But it's just hilarious. There's just like every wrong way.
You send me every single one of them too. Because our son and I called you the day it came out because he was playing and
I understand because he's a child.
He's a child.
He's never watched the show.
Yeah, no, I get it.
His reference is the Kame House. And that's what they call it.
Yeah.
So I understand.
But then also when they say it,
for saying it wrong.
So he was calling it the Kamehameha?
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't watch Dragon Ball Z, but I love you dearly. And I do listen to you when you speak. And I was like, that's not how you say it, dude. He's like, that's how you say it. And I'm like, I don't think you're right. And I was like, it's the Kamehameha. And he was like, yeah, no. We were fighting about it. He's like, that's how it sounds when they do it. It's like Kamehameha. I was like, I hear you, but no. So we FaceTimed you. And I was like, settle this for us, please. And it's Kamehameha.
And then it was beautiful because like that night when we were laying down in bed, I was telling you how it felt like the Sandlot. Where he's like, even my mom knew who the babe was. Like, I was so proud of you that you knew it and he didn't. So,
but yeah, now every time somebody says, what was it, the Kamehahata? Like somebody threw a D in there, and we were just
so off.
Well, thank you, aliens. But yeah, it's been funny. I've been calling it the capirotada, like the Mexican bread pudding.
I think it's having more characters, even if it's not actual characters. If they just had more like Rhodians, more droids just in Batuu, like the way they kind of were planning at the beginning.
Yeah.
That would be really cool.
It would be really neat.
So that way it just kind of like fills that space with like characters.
And I think on the conversation of Magic Band Plus, the whole topic of this stream, I feel like with the Batuu Bounty Hunt, they could have done a little more to have actual characters in the park. And I understand why they didn't with the Batuu Bounty Hunt, because then you would have people harassing these characters, but it just feels like a weird way to have introduced characters in the park, but they're not actually characters in the park. They're just like bounties hiding behind a door, but you can only see them if you look at it with the AR on your phone. I disagree. The whole concept is really cool, and I enjoy the Batuu Bounty Hunt.
I wouldn't want those characters to be a part of any kind of bounty hunt stuff.
I don't want people that are being hunted. I don't want bad guys or scoundrels or whatever. But I just think like there is an opportunity with the more interactivity and the more time they're trying to get people to spend on Batuu to introduce more characters there.
I think I like the bounty hunt. I know I like it.
I like it too. I did it one time.
Like I like it. The thing I get afraid is it's not going to continue after I'm done.
That's the thing.
But no, as far as the characters, I am talking more about more like flash mobby, where there's like things going on and there's like a live show happening like in the resistance area. Say if there's like resistance pilots doing something, or they have a droid and they got to go repair one of the X-Wings or something like that. And so they kind of have stuff going on. People are watching, and kind of like the way they do
like the Kylo and stuff, like Rey and Chewie.
Yeah. So have more of that, but characters,
they don't have to be characters we've seen before.
Yeah.
The other thing is like, why can't you just slap some like Twi'lek Leku on some of the cast members that are working in the marketplace, where they're like covered.
Well, that's asking it. It's asking the cast member to do that, and then the cast member being able to do that.
And being able to do that, yeah. And
like
I guess maybe then they become a performer instead of a cast member, and it's class different or whatever it is. But I think it would be neat to do that, especially in like Doc Ondars where it's like fully inside and air conditioned. Oh my God. Or maybe like when you're building a Savi saber. I don't know. I have big dreams, okay?
Yeah.
Let me have them.
Oh yeah. I would love that. Even like on May the 4th type of thing, like just a big event and just have the X-Wing fly over. That'd be so awesome.
Great. Oh, that'd be wonderful. Alien said, is it true that there have been a lot of fights at Disney? There are always a lot of fights at Disney. It's just that now in the age of social media, we are more aware of the fights at Disney. There are fights everywhere. There are fights at the gas station. There are fights at Target. There are fights all over the place. Yeah. Just Disney, because it's supposed to be the most magical place on earth. And it's also a very high stress situation being at Disney. It's supposed to be magical and relaxing, and it's not usually. But yeah, it happens. I just did a Dano. What did I do?
Drop something?
I didn't drop anything. Did I? I might have. Oh.
Flinging a Spider-Man around. Or, a droid.
When we saw Spider-Man fling, I don't know if it's because we were too close to it, but it totally looked like he crashed. And when we went to Avengers Campus.
Oh. We weren't there when it crashed, but.
No, we were not. Mars asked, was it weird seeing Wraith as a Nemo Broadway character? I was like a proud mom. I was like, I know that fish.
He was so good as Gil.
He was so
good.
It
sounded like Gil.
Just like Gil. Who plays Gil in the movie? It's like Al Pacino or like one of those.
I don't know. But he sounded just like Gil.
Yeah.
So
he was great. And
Dennis Leary.
Oh, Dennis Leary. Al Pacino, Dennis Leary. Kind of mobby, gravelly, but he did a really good job of that. Yeah, it was neat. It was fun to see. It was just fun to see him again.
Yeah, it's so cool that to see the cast members doing their thing, and like you get to appreciate.
That's them in their element.
Yeah, like it's just like you get amazed by like, okay, he's playing this character over here, and then he switches it around and he's narrating as Gil over here.
Yeah, and
it's amazing. It's amazing that they do, and I think that's just like underappreciated is like how amazing they are.
Yeah,
we always like talk about all these different things about Disney, but I think the cast members like make it.
Well, and especially they absolutely, but especially for Finding Nemo, I think it's the Big Blue and Beyond, or I forget the exact name of the show. They revamped it after the pandemic.
Yeah.
It includes some more stuff about the Marine Life Institute and more of the stuff that came up in Finding Dory, but those actors they're wearing full head to toe suits that are like similar to their characters, but then they're also mic'd up and they have like a full head thing on. So you don't see anybody's hair. So they're like fully covered, and then they're puppeting their puppet.
I'm like trying to focus on, cause they have like 2 or 3 triggers.
Cause it's like eyes, mouth, maybe fins even.
Yeah. So they're like doing that and moving it around. So it's like, it's crazy.
It's so good.
It's crazy.
And then some of them double hat as multiple characters.
Yeah.
Because I think the guy that was Bruce was also another character. He was really nice. He kept talking to me about kids, and I was like, I'm sure you have more things to do, but he talked to us afterwards. But yeah, it was incredible. Cast members are...
William Dafoe?
Oh, well, Willem. Oh, you're going to leave me hanging like that? Willem.
Dafoe?
Do you not remember that?
No.
Oh. Willem Dafoe. Willem Dafoe. Okay. I don't know where it was from, but did we have different cast members on Star Cruiser this time around. We had a lot of different cast members. We had the same captain. We had a different Croy. We had the Croy that everybody loves. There's like fan pages dedicated to him, and he was fantastic. We had a different Wraith because our Wraith is over in Animal Kingdom now.
Different Sammy. We
had everybody else was different.
Gaia was the same.
You're right. And then one of our Saja from the first one was Ray this time. I don't think that's a spoiler. I don't think that's a spoiler. I think everybody knows Ray is on the Star Cruiser. I know Adam got all mad because he found out Kylo was on Star Cruiser before it came out. I was like, he's on the poster. But yeah, it was a lot of different characters.
See my eyes, I was kind of like,
I know. Yeah, I was going to talk about the switch out, but that one I will not say because that's more of a spoiler. But we did have a switcheroony on our. Yeah, that Croy was really fun. We had a different Croy the first time who played it much more like straight and for the order and like very serious about his job. And then this Croy was definitely a lot more playful, still very first order, but very snarky. And he was just a joy to like watch him in action. Like that was him in his true element, like just giving it all he had. And the fact that he has been doing that, every single one of them, but the fact that he goes that hard on these cruises that he does, and he's been doing that and delivering to that level for the last 5 months is just like, or 4 months is well done, dude. Like,
yeah,
good job. All of them, they all give their
Was it
their
the
all.
same Chewbacca?
You know what? It wasn't. No, never mind. I don't know if it was the same Chewbacca, but I do know a Chewbacca, but he wasn't on ours. We found oh my God, such nerds, man. I found a Chewbacca. This is how we spend our evenings. I found a Chewbacca on Instagram and I was like, oh, it's a Chewbacca. And so I immediately let a couple of our friends know that are Star Cruiser obsessed. I will not name them and out them. And so
Yes,
I followed the Chewie, and then I sent that. I was like, I think I found one of the Chewies on Star Cruiser. And so I sent it, and they started following as well. And so I had to go message the guy and be like, I'm so sorry that you just got like an influx of followers. We're just a little obsessed and like explain ourselves. He's like, it's all good. It was funny.
that's funny.
Let me see.
You've seen one Chewie, you've seen them all.
Oh my gosh, that's so sweet. One of the Wraith actors bought 10 of the Gaia pins to give out to fellow cast members. That's so cool. They're really good pins.
Yes, Matthew. It's I would definitely recommend it. I still would recommend it.
It's wonderful. It's so hard to describe, and it's so hard to stomach that price point when you haven't done it, but once you've done it, you're like, well, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But it's expensive.
Yeah.
But I think maxing out a room with people. I have a lot of people that are complete strangers that have gone into this, and the clients that were on our voyage, they had never met each other in person.
What we want to talk about our episode, but that was like a super. I think if I was in that situation, it would have been a cool experience, just because it's again, you get to just enjoy the same thing as like-minded people.
I mean, that's kind of how it was.
But
it's kind of how it was the first time we went, because we had never met the people that we had gone with before.
Yeah.
I met some of the guys the night before, but we didn't meet Dano until we were on our way to Star Cruiser officially, which was, that added to it. And definitely, we'll talk about it, but it had different vibes this time. Big Star Wars fan, live in Pasadena, go to Disneyland parks. Never been to Walt Disney World. Walt Disney World is so different from Disneyland.
Yeah.
Disneyland's very cozy.
No, it's very different.
Because this was our first time back to Disney World after having been to Disneyland.
Yeah.
And so it felt like we were back on our old stomping grounds, but I also felt like I had a better appreciation for the Disney World parks. I love Disneyland. I think it's fantastic. I do want to take the kids there. But we've got Star Cruiser and the Wish, and we don't have that much money. We don't have that much money, so we're going to have to strategically time these things out. We said cozy, everybody drink. We do need I really want to make like a cozy shirt. Or like, how funny.
Like
I was about to say, like, we should do a cozy spirit jersey. Dano's not here anymore. We should do a cozy spirit jersey. And just on the back, it just says cozy. And then maybe on the front, just like a tiny little castle. Maybe it's like a little castle inside of a big castle. We got to do something. We'll figure it out. But yeah, it's different for sure.
I bet, Don.
California, but went to Batu West once with the cruise coming up. It's to claim Twin Spires. It's just different between the two. My bun is, oh no, it's weird looking. My buns are off. My fake buns. Tax deductible question, Sarah. Do you do Zoom interviews to discuss various trip options like ocean cruises versus? I do. Tax deductible question. Write this time off. I do. I don't use Zoom. I use Teams, but I do. If you go to, let me shamelessly plug myself. You can either go to sarahjmack.com or starcruiserbooking.com and you can find my links there. But I do have a link where you can schedule time to talk to me. Keep it about vacations. Don't just show up and be like, hey. But yeah, if you have like vacation related questions, I truly book anything. I focus my marketing. Cozy koozie. But I focus my marketing on Star Cruiser and on Disney. But I book any kind of vacation. Just don't talk about it much. I've had that question come up like 3 times today. I don't know, it's just weird. I don't like try to push my services too much. It's just weird.
Yeah, it's just a different style.
Yeah, I'm awkward. I don't know what to say. I'm like stumbling over my words right now.
We could claim Twin Spires as well.
We take a lot of vacations. A lot more now lately. It's been a busy year. Yeah. We would usually...
Well, we would frequent...
Disney World.
I think...
We don't live in Orlando, so...
No. But we would go more often, but I think kind of without a purpose. We were just going because... And now we kind of have gone to different... Still Disney, like Disneyland and like Star Cruiser, and again now kind of thinking about the Wish, because there's like the content.
It's the content too, but also for the travel agent business. Yeah. When I became a travel agent last year, we had been going to the Disney parks a few times a year, and then I became a travel agent, and then Star Cruiser was announced, and it was like, we got to go on Star Cruiser. We'd been wanting to do that forever. Yeah. And so we did that, but then because of content, and that sounds gross, but like, we want to go and do these things and talk about them, but we were going to go to Celebration anyway.
Yeah. No, and I think that's
with
the
our
thing
friends.
Is going more, not that we would have changed going to it, but to actually like, oh, let me think about this because we're going to talk about it.
Right.
Whereas like before we would have just went and enjoyed it and
forgotten about it
and gone on the next trip.
Yeah. So. We wouldn't have tested out everything for the Magic Band, and we wouldn't have, no, I get you. But yeah, like we were going to go to Celebration anyway, cause we were going with our friends, and then we ended up throwing Mos Eisley. We ended up going to Disneyland cause we're like, well, we're out here. Yeah. So why not? But But yeah, I mean, we've been traveling. I've been traveling for work too. So it just feels like a lot of travel.
Yeah.
Lately. Yeah, I'm a travel agent that doesn't travel. There are some. I mean, look at the last 2 years. Not a lot of travel agents traveled. But yeah, it's the funny thing is like before Disney, we didn't travel all that much. We would take like one vacation a year around our anniversary, and that was about it. And then we had kids and that kind of stuff.
Yeah. No, I mean,
there's just something about Disney. It's just it feels safe. I don't know.
Yeah.
It feels safe. It feels easy. I would not say not stressful, but it feels just doable.
Yeah.
Cozy. It feels cozy. Oh my gosh, we're coming up on 2 hours. Has creating Star Wars content been a challenge and fun or more work? Yes.
It's been fun.
It's a lot of fun.
I think there's been just kind of that the idea of the content, of creating content.
It's a mindset shift.
Yeah, it's always been something that I've wanted to do, and we both wanted to do. Like, you know, we've done somewhere on the YouTube.
Don't look.
Yeah, you can find us like talking about board games, but we've always just kind of like thought about doing something like this. It was just trying to find
the right iteration.
Yeah,
because sorry to interrupt. You streamed playing video games for probably a year and a half. But then towards the end of that, we would sit down on Sunday nights and we would just do live streams like this where we would talk, we would play video games together. We did trivia nights, which were really fun.
Yeah.
And so that was kind of like a lead into doing a podcast. And then with Star Cruiser and everything, it just kind of...
Because even during that time that we were having those conversations, we were talking about Star Wars.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, we would talk about Disney. So it was like...
like now we're a little more structured in like the conversations that we're having versus like going to bed at night and being like, why do you think park pass reservations exist? Like now we've like, okay, let's talk about park pass reservations and like figure out all of the points that we want to make. And
I think that's now that we're trying to do these more live episodes, it's kind of fun because like when we do our episodes, we kind of stay structured to like one topic, like magic bands.
Right.
We went on a trip and we did these couple different things, did the Deluxe Resort, did Star Cruiser, but we're staying focused on that.
Yeah.
But we could have just gone on tangents the way we did like this. And there's the freedom to doing it live.
Yeah.
Whereas like,
and I missed
we can just kind of like talk about anything. Like it pops in my head, like, oh yeah, let's talk about spiritual. Oh yeah, let's talk about you know, whatever. And
we don't have like the awkwardness of like doing our lead-in question or like
sense?
Our outros.
Does it make sense? That, you know, whatever. It's like, no, we're just hanging out. So,
and that's nice. I did miss that. And I do like the interactivity of it that we have with the people that do watch our episodes like, because like, otherwise it's just you and me talking and like putting it out there. And that's just, it's one way. It's nice to have two-way conversations as well and like slowly build this because we're still so young into this little thing that we're trying to do. Yeah. You know, we're babies and we're still figuring it out. It feels like it's getting easier for sure. I feel like we not struggled, but like we struggled the first few episodes.
I think well, it's just to feel our groove, but it feels a lot more natural when we're doing this because we have you guys here to just kind of mention something like, oh yeah, that reminds me.
Yeah.
But
even with recording the podcast, I feel like now we're getting better. Before we used to put like a ton of effort into like notes and structures and even like recording our intros and outros.
Yeah.
So many takes of that. And now we can pretty much get them done in like one or two. There are no more buttery, flaky crusts coming out. Yeah, it's getting better. Let me see. What do we miss? Mars plays board games, miniature games. We really do love gaming and like escape rooms. I love escape rooms. That's probably my favorite type of game is like puzzles, and I love puzzles too. I'm like an old lady. I like to read. I like to do puzzles.
We play board games at the house. So we just gotta now. Lately,
You were the prettiest of princesses the other night.
I won.
You did win. We all won because you won because got your earrings on. Thank you for your input and opinions. Learned a lot. Excited for your family trip coming up. You're doing Star Cruiser. That's amazing. Oh, I'm so excited for you. It's just so much fun.
Yeah.
Like I'm like a tiny pang of jealousy for everybody that's going, but like 99.99% just like, have so much fun.
Yeah.
Don't stress too much, but also do all the things. Just make the most of it. Oh, nice. Oh, you do D&D Mars. D&D Mats. You do D&D. I don't have the patience. Or the time. That's just not my thing.
It is like when you do have a campaign. So.
Background is NASA and live for Star Wars games and cosplay. I mean, it's...
I think the thing that makes it easy on that, just from the little experience we know, and if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe because we are close to 1,000.
We are.
Within a year, we're really close to getting that 1,000.
That's what I would love.
Yeah.
I would love to hit 1,000.
That's how everybody go subscribe. But the fact that you have kind of an idea that you have a background in NASA, you like Star Wars, games, cosplay, like do what you like. And I wouldn't worry too much of like changing yourself to what people like.
Don't change yourself because then you're not authentic.
Yeah. So you do what it's comfortable for you, and there's going to be people there to, watch you.
Yeah.
They're going to have the same interests that you, and then whatever your background is, that's what
makes you
your
unique.
Perspective of these certain things. Because we all love Star Wars, right? I mean, if you don't, I'm sorry, but
get out of here.
Get out. But no, like we all love Star Wars, but we all have our own different perspectives. It'd be
you're a lifelong fan.
Us married.
I'm a newer fan.
New fans, old fans, people that don't care for anybody but the droids, don't care for droids, but just the people, like First Order sympathizers, whatever. Yeah. But I think that's the thing is like we all have our different perspectives on this same thing, and we could all have an appreciation for it. And sometimes we don't agree, sometimes we do agree, but it doesn't mean anybody's less. It's we're all here to enjoy that same thing.
Yeah.
So
the other thing is like do it. Like
do it. That's my advice.
To sum it up, do it, because we had been trying to figure out how to do this for the longest time, and finally we just did it. And it's amazing. Like the things that have happened to us because of all of this is just...
I would say me starting to stream, I kind of feel like was the lead up to this.
Yes, it was your fault.
Well, it was the thing of I didn't want to go regretting not ever done it.
Yeah.
And it was one of those things that I'd wanted to do. And I just like, I have to do it. If not, I'm going to regret it. So it's definitely something. If you have an inkling to do it, try it out. And if it becomes too difficult, like don't do something that's going to be, causing you stress or pain or anything like that. There's going to be growing pains. There's going to be like, I don't know if, this is the right thing. This is the right thing, whatever. There's going to be learning curves, but just try it.
Yeah. Even if it's not a YouTube, if it's something else, like me with the becoming a travel agent, I was focusing on Disney, and I was focusing on Disney for like young millennial families that have never gone before. But I was posting some Star Wars content too. I was kind of posting a range of stuff, and then the Star Wars stuff hit. I met Dano, Star Cruiser came out, and it's just like absolutely consumed our lives since then. I didn't change who I was. I still love Disney. I still love Star Wars, but I focus more on Disney or on Star Wars in my content that I put out there because that's what people want to see.
Yeah.
But I was about to say, I clearly love Disney. I was wearing a princess shirt earlier. But now I've got Ewok earrings and space buns.
Ours. Yeah, like I'm not going to be the only one. There's plenty of people that, they've take that leap.
Yeah. Just like Thank the Maker. They were just like, I was like, we're thinking of doing this, but we need like help with, like, if you can give us advice on the equipment that you guys use and all this stuff. And I was like, I don't know. Like, we would like the information, but I don't know if we're going to do it. And they're like, just do it. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. No, I think that's usually what it is. Somebody needs to tell you to do it.
Yeah.
So, and it's usually from the most unsuspecting person that you kind of, you know what, I'm gonna do it.
Maybe you're that unsuspecting person.
Hopefully I am. Hopefully
Maybe you've changed your life today. But yeah, that's been a big theme of me over the last, I feel like, year and a half, is just like going for my dreams, dreaming big and going after it. And is it hard? Absolutely. Am I very fun? Not really. I look fun maybe online, but I'm not that fun. But like, I have dreams that I want to go after, and I'm doing it. And it's big and it's scary. But like you said, if you don't do it, you're going to regret not even trying.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, if I fail, at least I know that wasn't meant to be.
Yeah.
But so far it's worked out pretty well.
Yeah.
I said I'm not fun anymore, but I wasn't that fun to begin with, so it's okay.
You are fun. So.
Thanks to you. 2019 decided to re-embrace your love of Star Wars and Disney and haven't looked back. Worked on Mars rovers, but YouTube channels and streaming feels impossible. But it's not. I mean, you don't need, like, you just love tech. And so we have built a studio in our house. I have like the microphones and like a special table and cameras and lights and all these things, but you don't need that. You just need an iPhone and a dream. Yeah. A wish, a Disney wish.
Emporium, well-timed advice.
Process of starting a channel when home renovations. I think that's the other hard part too, is like, you have very valid reasons for not starting your channel if you have like home renovations, but you can always make excuses for not starting. And it's hard to recognize that there are excuses that you were making and not just like, all right, just go. I was going to wait to become a travel agent when the kids were a little bit older and didn't need me as much. I truly that was the plan, was like, okay, let me wait like another 5 or 10 years and then I'll give it a try. And then the opportunity came and it was like, well, I mean, I guess I could try it. Like, what's the worst that could happen?
Yeah.
This. But I mean, it's been amazing and it like truly has changed my life. And it's hard, yeah, but you make it work and you do it. And I love what I do. Like, I absolutely love what I do. I wish I didn't have a full-time job on top of that, but that's okay. Did you guys cosplay before Celebration? Not really.
We would do Halloween, dress up, because I did.
Yeah, but that's costumes, not really cosplay. Yeah. We did a light cosplay one year it was more of a bound for the Comic Palooza convention that we go to locally. Like, I wore my Han Solo get up because Solo had come out the same day, remember? And so we went from the convention to go watch Solo. And so you kind of you wore all brown and had like a side slung bag. So you were like Chewie. And then I think it was just our son at the time and he was Kylo.
Yeah.
And then I was Han. I was the Scoundrel. Yeah,
I remember that. It was good.
Yeah, that was fun.
A picture. But no, costumes, we dressed up as costume.
We would always go pretty hard on costumes. Like the year that you were Daft Punk.
Yeah.
That was a pretty good costume. And then, no, we've always gone big. That was the year I did my Wonder Woman. Mm-hmm. That one was a good one. But it's not Disney, so we don't talk about it.
it's a different property, so I feel.
But yeah, no, it was before Celebration. It was Star Cruiser. You're gay. It was Star Cruiser that was our first true cosplay. Yeah. And now it's like, I don't know that I think I've only gone on one trip this year where I haven't had to like make a costume for it.
And still.
Dano and I were talking about it. He was like, he went somewhere. I think he went to like LA for some concerts, and he's like, "Oh my God, packing is so much easier when you're not packing costumes."
Didn't you?
Oh, nice.
Man, that's some work right there. Are you going in
Season 2.
Beskar? Okay,
Season 2's Beskar. I started cosplay because of Star Wars thing. Been over a year now. I have 5 outfits to wear. Yeah, that's any hobby. Any hobby at all is a lot of money. But it's fun. You're doing your first Oogie Boogie and have to find an outfit. I mean, you can do, the options are like limitless. Our first Mickey's Not So Scary, we were Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head.
Yeah, we were.
And like big, massive potatoes. Like that, yeah. And then the funniest part was we didn't even hang out that much during the party. We separated because we had some of your family there and some of my family was there. And so you guys were going on like the bigger rides, and our son couldn't, he was so little, he couldn't go on any of them. And so I was like, okay, well, I'll just take our son and like go run around. And so we were separated. I did find a Mr. Potato Head in the crowd at one point. And I like came up to him. I was like, I've been looking for you. And he was like, you're not my Mrs. Potato Head. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I was like, I thought there was a joke here, but okay. And paints just for Star Cruiser. Yeah, for Oogie Boogie, I'm doing I guess it's a couple's costume, a group costume with Dano. I've not started.
Start that.
I need to start that. It's 3 weeks.
Yeah, you need to start
I need to start that like big time. I will. I'm looking. Okay, I finally started.
I'm thinking about it. I've started thinking about it. So.
Started thinking about it. It should be fairly easy to put together. I hope. I say that. It's actually a lot of work, but it'll be okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. That's all I've got.
So, I think that brings us to the end of our episode.
Oh, it's a stream.
End of our stream.
It's not an episode. Oh, Mars, I didn't tell you I needed it that quickly. You said you were going to have it done next week, though. Whoops, I forgot you were in here. I was not going to tell you when I needed it for, because I didn't want to stress you out.
So,
oh, Natalie's in here.
Thank you, everybody, for coming and hanging out. It's much appreciated.
It's been real.
It's been fun.
It's been real fun.
I got that one.
Thank you.
Just like Han.
I know.
So, go check out The Princess and the Scoundrel. Read the book. We could talk about it next time. Maybe.
It'd be nice.
Yeah.
It'd be fun to talk about The Princess and the Scoundrel.
I got to talk about it. It was like all the things we love.
I'm here. Talk to me. All right. That is it. Good night. We will see you next time. Bye.